Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly reading for November 11th to the 17th. This is for Capricorn, Capricorn Rising, Capricorn Moon. We're going to jump right into it, Capricorn. Really big week, and actually I do a lot of live streams and I talk about the energies of the moment, a lot that I don't talk about in your weekly forecast. So I'll leave that at the end of this video because I just did one. All right, so I talk a lot about what's going on right now. So this week in particular, though, I think that you're really gonna like it, especially because we're moving out of a lot of that water energy, a lot of that cardinal energy. This is definitely going to be a week of endings, but also some awakenings. All right, it's definitely going to be a big week. But you see right off the bat on Monday, November 11th, Venus moves into your sign. That is so nice. You're gonna love this. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, creativity, money, things that you desire, pleasure, abundance, all of that moving into your sign. So really great. And Venus and Capricorn, as I mentioned in your monthly forecast, it's really nice because it's building structure to everything that I just mentioned, everything that your heart desires. It's like, now let me turn this into something. Okay, let me give it legs. All right, so there is a sense of leisure. It's kind of like business leisure with Venus and Capricorn, but it's in your sign. You're absolutely going to love it. You see that Venus is actually going to have a quick chat with Pluto. Very interesting. Remember, this is the last week. Pluto is going to be in your sign. Pluto's going to be in your sign for a few days next week, but this is pretty much it. So you're on the brink of some major change. I feel like you are definitely going to feel a really big shift this week. Venus and Pluto in your sign. There's something being set up here, but also something's truly ending for you with Pluto finally leaving Capricorn. And Venus is actually moving into Aquarius next month. Pluto's moving into Aquarius next week. That's a lot of money stuff happening for you. Okay, we'll talk about that next week. All right, when Pluto moves into Aquarius, but definitely harnesses Venus and your sign. The energy is going to be really nice for you. Now, Tuesday, November 12th, we have Mercury square Saturn. This is a day especially for you, Capricorn, especially for you, to avoid making long-term agreements, maybe signing contracts. You might not want to do it this day. But here's the thing. You've got Saturn in Pisces, which is your ruling planet in the third house of communication. So doubly so for you, Capricorn. But here's the great thing. I think that should something come up, you may just intuitively know, like, I'm not going to agree to this right now. Okay. I think that you're just going to have one of those moments. And anyone that you're having a conversation with in terms of long term, something like a vision for something in the long term, you may actually feel like you are hitting a wall with that person too. This is, it's a square. Okay. It's a square. So just look at what's happening. Saturn's going direct in a few days. Better time for you to have these conversations. I'd wait a few days, just not on Tuesday. Now, Friday, full moon in Taurus. This is definitely going to be big. And, you will feel this full moon, okay? All the, earth signs will pretty much feel this. It's happening at exactly 24 degrees. This is really strong, mutable energy. First of all, this is, there is change that's happening, change that you're going to feel, okay? And again, maybe this willingness to adapt to change around this full moon. This is a strong full moon. It's mutable energy. So just expect a little bit of a change. But again, I feel like that you may be adapting to something already, right? Now, a lot of intuitive energy that comes with 24 degrees. With it being 24 degrees, this is really strong 6 in numerology. So this is really bringing up that 6th energy, okay? 24 degrees, 2 plus 4 equals 6. And then it's happening on the 15th. 1 plus 5 equals 2. Just kidding. It's 6. Making sure that you're paying attention, Capricorn. 6, by the way, it's beautiful. It's all about empathy, kindness, harmonizing. It's nurturing everything that the moon stands for, what the moon is all about, okay? And the moon is actually exalted in Taurus. So incidentally, out of sheer coincidence, or maybe not, maybe it's a wink from the universe, 6 is associated with the planet Venus. Venus happens to be Taurus's ruling planet. So beauty, harmony, love, abundance, all of that. Okay. You may feel, that energy around this time. I want you to harness that energy. A lot of sensuality that comes with this type of energy. Also, Taurus being an earth sign like you, spending a lot of time in nature or just feeling really grounded in your physical world, appreciating the things that you have in your physical world, and even like the things that you find beautiful, seeing the beauty in the things in your world around this time. A big focus around this full moon for you. Definitely going to be security. It can be things that you value, things you inherently value. Those will be big themes that you will feel throughout this week. Now, this full moon is strong. That's why I say this week you may feel the impact of it a few days before the full moon, a few days after the full moon. Oh, look at the light hitting my face. Wow. All right, so I'll go like this. But the reason why it's a strong full moon is because full moon's conjuncting Uranus, and it's a tight conjunction. It's basically a degree, okay? So what that really means is it's strong. It's strong. Uranus is radical energy. It surprises. It's the unexpected. So this is a full moon where you could feel shifts, big turning points. You can feel something's coming to an end, culmination, as full moons do. But there just may be a little twist to it. There may be a little bit of a surprise. Now, here's where it gets a little interesting. It's happening in your fifth house. And so what does that mean? There could be something here with something that brings you a lot of pleasure and a lot of joy. You may feel a little bit of shift here, something with love and romance, like true love. There could be something here that has to do with your hobbies, recreation, as well as creativity, self-expression. That's all fifth house activity. All right. So with this full moon being in Taurus, remember, this is your physical world. Dupes, it's a time to go with the energy of release, and maybe do some breath work if that's something that you want. Remember that I've talked about the Great Awakening. We're entering the Great Awakening, the age of wisdom. Uranus is the Great Awakener. It's shaking things up. So there is something that, will be illuminated for you. And it can be in your physical world. It can be something within you, because remember, Uranus is also breakthroughs. So this is a time where you could have a really big moment, this lightning bulb moment in terms of what is the breakthrough that I need? What do I have to let go or be comfortable letting go? Okay. Around this full moon, in a sense, it is kind of like a wake up call, this type of full moon, but also you waking up to, like I said, something that, yeah, I recognize something that I have to let go, all right, to bring me a lot more joy in my life, or maybe something does bring me, a lot of happiness and joy, but it's something that I'm looking into the future, and I'm going to see how I can adjust this, because full moons doesn't mean like hard endings for everyone, right? Again, it can be just a turning point or a shift, but there is, some gravitas around this full moon. Now, if you want to have an idea of what might be shifting or coming to an end or culminating for you, think back to the new moon we had in Taurus. That was May 7th. Okay. So anything that happened around May 7th and the weeks after that, like what was changing in your life? All right. Now, the full moon is actually, there's a lot of other great things happening, but like it is trining Pluto. I mean, it's a wide trine, but remember, Pluto is in your sign. So I do feel that you will really feel this shift. Okay. And you see that, this is like I said, last week, Pluto is going to be in your sign. And your ruling planet is is Saturn. And you see on the same day, Saturn does go direct. And now, Saturn going direct on the same day. Remember, I talked about this in your monthly forecast. I'm not going to spend too much time here. You can check that out. But again, you're just going to feel this forward momentum, okay? You're going to feel, especially with communication, maybe there's something here with siblings. Maybe there's something here with family members for you, okay? Aunts or uncles or cousins. Maybe there's something here with travel for you, where you just feel less delays. You feel a little bit more momentum with Saturn going direct, okay? And Pisces. And so maybe you are, starting to feel that you can build these structures that you've been wanting to feel or build, especially over the summer. If you felt like there was, things that you needed to fix up or patch and things that didn't make sense to some degree, now you're going to feel it. Okay. There was that retrograde for a reason. Saturn's awake, and this is you moving forward on your karmic journey. Remember, Saturn is karma. Okay. Now, the last thing that's happening this week, Saturday, November 16th, we have the sun opposite Uranus. I actually do like this one. I feel like this, especially for you, and you see how, active Uranus is over the weekend. So a lot of different surprising things that could happen, but I do like the sun opposite Uranus. There is something here where it's strong rebellious energy with the sun opposite Uranus. Something, again, something awakening within you where you want to try something different. And I recommend it, and I highly encourage it to do something different. Remember, Uranus is the great awakener, all about those breakthroughs, breaking away from certain routines. Now, there could be something here that has to do with friendships and groups that you belong to, maybe even family, children, love as well. There's something here where you could do something that's really great, where you show off your individuality, you're expressing yourself. Remember, you do have Uranus in your fifth house of self-expression as well. Okay, so it does feel, and Uranus is freedom, by the way. So there is something here that's really, really nice, but use it. Take that inspired action. Capricorn, really feel that energy. So let's go ahead. Let's go. And you see that Mars, by the way, you saw it on the whiteboard. Mars is in Leo. Mercury is in Sagittarius. Okay, two fire signs. So again, you're feeling a lot of that fire energy. Mars and Leo, and they're both in shadow, right? So you could already see a lot of people from your past coming into your life, things like that. Mars and Leo, you're going to feel that fire, but it's in your eighth house. So there could be something here with business partners for you. There could be something here with love. There could be something here with your personal transformation. But let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you, Capricorn, for the week of November 11th to the 17th. Okay. Capricorn. Wow. Wow. This is going to be a week. Okay. So I do a traditional cult across spread. It offers the best overview, and if we need, especially for a weekly reading, right? And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Capricorn, you know I love y'all. Thanks so much for being here. Listen, your birthday season's coming up. You got that new moon coming up, and your sign too. We're going to talk all about that in December. I already forgot what month it is. Yeah, you're good. You're like I said, I feel like you're gonna feel really good this week. And it shows here. Just you may feel so good that there's some things that are a little like extra confident. So let's just be mindful of that. Otherwise, you're good. And I'll talk about that in a second. Let's get started. You got the Page of Cups here, okay? You see, by the way, that you got all court cards, major arcana, other than that Nine of Pentacles, which is also really nice in your card. So again, big week for you, but really nice week. Page of Cups. I'm not surprised you got the Page of Cups. A lot of water energy here with the Page of Cups. It's he does have like Scorpio energy. Remember, we're still in Scorpio season, okay? And Scorpio does rule your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. And we are coming out of that new moon in Scorpio. So I wouldn't be surprised if something came into your life. There was someone that came into your life, or you were, started seeing someone. It doesn't have to be in a love capacity. It could even be friendships for y'all. Maybe someone new entering in that capacity, or maybe it's something that you recognize that you wanted. All right. Now, it could also be a message that came through that came really strongly. I wouldn't be surprised if it was intuitively as well, in terms of, this is my calling. I want to do this. I want to follow my bliss. And this is how I want to make that change in my life once Pluto leaves my side. Like, I got a lot to do there, a lot of changes that I'm making, but this is really great. I love the Page of Cups. I love it because it feels like you are really putting yourself out there and following your dreams, like things that you want, like creating things for yourself. You got strength in the heart of your spread. I mean, you're going to feel really like this is it. This is it. You're gonna feel really good. That's a lot of heart energy with the strength card, all that inner courage, even like the courage to, you know, do like not do the things you know that are not great for you, right? Like that's courage. Like being aware and being able to confront like your shadow side and whatnot. But I really love this, like like the wild side of you, right? Like it's what we say without lion here. So taming that wild side of you as well, and working with those energies and having that strength. I love it. Like I said, you've got Mars and Leo. Anyway, this card is attributed to Leo. Okay, and remember what I said. That's your 8th house. So that is really, there's like depth there, but it is transformation. It's like death and rebirth too. So really having that strength to know that anything is possible. She's only one of 2 people that has the symbol of an infinity over her head coming right after that Page of Cups. That's great. That's dreamy and literally like I have a dream. I'm going after it. I have the strength to do it. Now, you do have the Knight of Swords in your challenge area. 2 messages coming up for me, Capricorn. The first one is, I think I was saying it earlier, like, you know, the Knight of Swords can be a little bit like abrasive and impulsive and not really caring for other people. Like, this is what I got to say. This is what I got to do. You know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. So just be mindful of that, because like there is a lot of pride that comes up with that strength card with this you see the devil here too, and the Rudier spread. We'll talk about that. And so just be mindful of that. I mentioned it in, I think it was your last week's reading when Mars did go into Leo. Mars and Leo is pride, is a lot of pride. So you want to channel that energy in, you know, being proud of yourself for doing something, accomplishing something, going after your goals, instead of having that sense of like, hey, look at me, you know, like that kind of, like, not that you would do that, Capricorn, but I'm just saying. All right, now the other thing, and you literally see like lion's pride. Now 9 of Pentacles in your crown. Really love this energy for you. Okay, the 9 of Pentacles is amazing. There's a sense of like, yeah, I worked really hard to stand in my garden of abundance. I love everything here. I feel really enlightened. There's this regalness to the 9 of Pentacles. You see the Pentacles stacked up around her. She's wealthy. She's standing in her, you know, garden of money. A lot of money here. You see all that harvest. So everything that you're putting your energy into, and you know, like even like blood, sweat, tears, and all your time, all of that, like it does seem like there is a sense of like, I want to do this for myself. I want this sense of like, you know, feeling free. Like I said, that Uranus energy, that even with the 9 of Pentacles, you feel that there's a lot of self-sufficiency here. There's a lot of independence. Okay. And it seems like that's what you're seeking. And it can be even in regards to love and, you know, not just money, but, you know, Pentacles are a physical reality. So things within your physical world, it's almost like building this world that you have envisioned for yourself. This abundance as well, but you see the symbol of Venus all over her gown. So there is a sense of like feeling that self-love, and then just feeling this again, that heart energy is coming up strong. All right, for y'all. So really like that. You do have the devil and the Rudier spread. So it does seem like there is a part of you, when you look at what's happening here, there is a part of you. Yeah. Like, remember what I said with, you know, the strength card, like having the strength to resist the things that, you know, you shouldn't be doing, right? The things that are not making you wiser. Well, you've got the devil here, which is like a huge, you know, symbol of like temptation. Like, no, actually do the things that you know are bad for you. You know, the devil is not only attributed to Capricorn, so you pulled your own card here, but it is that card where it is associated with like vices, addictions, obsessions, codependency, pessimistic thinking, bad behaviors, all of that. It's an energy vampire. And so there is a sense when you look at your entire spread, though, where there is some things, that you just may want to confront and continue to have that strength to not only resist them, but leave them in your past, right? With this full moons that illuminate things, right? Recognize what is sucking all my energy, taking up all my energy, maybe even my headspace, maybe even something that makes me feel that I'm being so hard on myself, all right? So recognize if there's anything there this week, say, hit the road, Jack. Right? Let's moving forward into a wonderful birthday season. And then you got the Hierophant. In your future. Wow. Hey, you're good. He's very wise. It's the Hierophant, very spiritual. Okay. Someone who is, remember I said that you're in a place, Capricorn, where they're going to start building this system, this structure for yourself. Remember, you got Venus in your sign for all month. Venus is going to be in your sign all month. Okay. Remember the symbol of Venus there. Well, the Hierophant is attributed to Taurus. And so remember, we had that full moon in Taurus this week as well. Okay. So there's something that may be illuminated to you or for you. Remember that great awakening where it could be very spiritual for you. It could be very spiritually moving for you. It could be something where you feel like I, really overcame some things that I needed to, right? You can even see, with that devil and the Hierophant here, feeling proud of yourself, but also being in a place where other people look up to you. All right. This is somebody who's really into he's very responsible and organized, and he really into structures and organizations too. Remember, we're in Scorpio season, so there is that sense of community that's happening for you as well. So just keep that in mind. Like, this is really great. You see the the two pillars, columns, whatever you want to call it, from Solomon's temple. You've heard of the phrase like the wisdom of Solomon. So remember what I said, moving into the age of wisdom. It seems like you've got this in the bag. Okay, becoming wiser, and you know how much that works in your favor. All right, so let's get to your stuff, Capricorn. Oh my goodness. I know that I'm losing my voice. I'm trying but I got you. Capricorns, if you like this reading, would be great if you subscribe, leave comments. All let me hear what's going on. Let me hear what's going on. I want to hear. And I love y'all. All right. So let's oh gosh. Okay. I mean, I'm looking at this, I'm saying, and I'm thinking to myself, this is such a great reading. This is such a great spread. It's possibly one of the best ones that you've had. I think that, even last week was really good. It's on par with last week. But I don't want you to feel that you are in your own way. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. The other thing I was going to say, that Knight of Swords energy, it really could be someone else. Like I said, like Mercury square Saturn, like not seeing eye to eye. It could be with another person not seeing eye to eye. There could be someone else in your life that's a little bit, and that's why you have to feel really strong about something. But that could also stir something within you if you do feel that happens this week, where someone is really just very headstrong, maybe ego strong, maybe has a sharp tongue, that may stir something within you that needs to be stirred. Okay, now you got the Tower. Where it falls in your spread, a lot of y'all may be feeling that things are just what is going on? I did not see that coming. I have no idea what's happening. A lot of big questions, okay? The Tower, it does have that kind of energy about it. It is one of those cards where, it's some of y'all may feel, Capricorns may feel that things are just where is that stability, okay? And remember, this is a week of surprises. It's not just the full moon. It's days before, days after, and then you've got that Uranus really active the weekend. So it's almost like a week of surprises. And this is just very surprising. You've got the lightning striking the crown of the Tower. Lightning, Uranus, right? That lightning strike. Uranus is electricity, by the way. So that's very interesting here, because there is, again, it feels more like a motivator for you to find that stability, okay? And a lot of it has to you have to recognize, okay, maybe there's something within me that is being stirred up, and I have to face that for a reason, right? Now, you got the Page of Pentacles. You're going to be fine. You're going to be great. It seems like something's coming through. It could be a message of money, because remember, you've got Venus in your sign. Then you've got Venus moving into Aquarius, Pluto moving into Aquarius. That's all in your second house of income, salary, finances. And then you've got that new moon in your sign. We're moving into your birthday season. You got a lot to look forward to. And then you got this Page of Pentacles with the Page of Cups here. So there is something that you want. You definitely want something new. And it can be a message coming through, but also could be someone coming through. It could be maybe you're striking up a deal with someone. Maybe you are, and again, remember with this full moon in Taurus, or physical world. So material possessions, there could be something coming through that you needed or that you really wanted that's coming in your physical world, but definitely something rounding up for you, rooting up for you. You got the Page of Pentacles here. That's double earth. Pages are earthbound, so are Pentacles. So literally think of just like a plant being seeded. Okay. Really nice. But yeah, it could even be news about, the fact that you've got like Mars and Leo too. That's another big thing. So you've got a lot of money stuff happening, to be honest. So yeah, it could be like a job offer if you're seeking a job. It could be business partner. It could be a promotion. There's so many possibilities, but just know something new. And then you got the Magician here, just kind of like reinforcing the fact, like, yeah, I definitely want something new, but I want to believe that all these things are happening in order to know that. Here's the thing with the Magician, you can it's the beginning of the fool's journey. You can manifest whatever you want. You get to direct your journey at this point, but you've got to believe in yourself. That is the Magician, right? There's that sense of like with magic, you got to believe. Okay. The other thing is, it's the Magician. And so not only is it like that belief and self-belief, but the Magician is action. It's inspired action. So taking that action to take everything that you want for yourself, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, as above, so below, right? With the hand of the sky, hand of the ground. Bring all that into your reality, and it takes that action, taking action upon it. Now, you've got the 2 of Wands in your final outcome. All right. I'll take it. Okay. That's just saying, yeah, I'm ready, but I'm going to take this slow and steady as I plan out my next steps. Okay. I've made some accomplishments. I'm in a place where it's more about me going deep and realizing how strong I am and having this sense of empowerment. Things are looking good. I'm going to see what happens. I want to see what happens next. I'm going to be patient about it. Okay. That's the 2 of Wands there. Okay. So there's no rush here. It's just saying there's no rush. Things are going to happen for you. It's going to help build this, again, like that sense of empowerment, that inner, that courage, that strength, that even spiritually. And then with the 2 of Wands in your final outcome, that's really great because it is saying he's got the world in his hand. You can see that there, standing at the highest point in the castle. Like he's got a really good view. You've got a really good view. But again, remember, what is your next step? Let's think about that, planning it out. All right. So, and then for y'all, it can be something very long-term. Like it may be this week that you're thinking more about, what do I want for the next year? What do I want for the next 5 years? What do I want for the next 10 years? Whatever it is. Okay. There may be some planning. How much time do we have here, Capricorn? Okay. I'll do a clarifier. I'll do one for you. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah. And then you got the Queen of Cups. I mean, you're good. You're fine. Queen of Cups is very interesting. Just, another card that she's secretly like very spiritual because she is very intuitive and she harnesses that intuitive energy. She's really tapped into her higher mind. This is someone who has so much love to give. We're talking super conscious level. Okay. So this is really nice. So whatever you're planning is for you to feel this sense of not only emotional stability, emotional depth, emotional, she's got emotional intelligence as well, but it's also saying like self-love, so much love, all that self-love. It's, remember, what is the phrase? You can't love no one else unless you love yourself. That's what this is. So planning this next step where you feel that just like, that, remember what I said, security, but emotionally too. Okay. With those cups here, with the Queen of Cups. Could even be like you with the Hierophant and the Queen of Cups. There is a sense of maybe being in a role that is like appreciating and really wanting to be that person that is like a rock for other people, that people look up to, people can trust, people can get guidance for you, advice from you, that type of role. It could be your children. Remember, you've got that activity here. If you have children, it could be grandchildren, it could be your students, if you're a teacher, it could be your friends, your community, whatever it is. But there is this, authority that's coming out that's really nice with the Hierophant and the Queen of Cups. So you're good. You're good. You're absolutely good. Just recognize if there's anything that you're just like, okay, I gotta let this go, leave it in the past, and I'm just looking toward the future. This is a big week, Capricorn. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. I don't know why I just did that voice. Next week, Capricorn, Pluto leaves your sign. I wish I had like a blowhorn or something. You had Pluto in your sign since 2008. Wow. I mean, beginning of a new era. What can I say? The Great Awakening, the Age of Wisdom, the Age of Air with Pluto moving into Aquarius. And then, we move into Sagittarius season. That's going to be a time where you're going to spend a lot of time thinking about things for yourself. Anyway, we'll talk about it next week. Capricorn, you're amazing. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.